cold today. It's cold in the car. I'm gonna get this warmed up. Oh, good, it turned on. I was afraid it wasn't gonna turn on. It's been really cold, below freezing temperatures. I, for one, love and enjoy the winter, the cold. But lately, my hands have been getting very cold, like extremely cold. Even when I'm editing in front of the computer and I'm not moving my body, I notice that my fingertips get really, really cold. This will be our third winter here in San Antonio, and it's always like around this time where they get cold fronts, not necessarily winter. It's more maybe like a week long, if anything, cold front, where yes, it does get cold, and enough to where I'm wearing my muscle shirt, my hoodie, and then this jacket here. And I know that maybe later on throughout the day I might take off the jacket because the sun comes up, but right now I enjoy it. You know, the heater's on here in the car. And last week I was talking to a mortgage lender who invited me to a meeting at a brokerage office just to give all my business cards and just introduce myself and just say hello and pop by. She knows that office is in need of content, so she's like, why don't you just swing by and, you know, meet some people, drop off your business cards. So that's on the agenda for today, this morning at least. I do have a haircut tomorrow that I'm trying to get today done, because tomorrow I'm helping out another friend with listings, and he's like, I just need some shoots to be done. 6 houses, I believe he said, just raws, and also a 3D Zillow tour. So I was like, I can get you covered. Not Thursday because I'm busy, but Friday I can. And then he's like, what about your Wednesday? So I said, maybe my Wednesday, but I'll let you know. But that's going on with me right now. So I'm filming on my internal mic on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I am shooting D-Log, auto white balance, and I have my ND filter on here, but I'm struggling with it because I'm finding myself adjusting it a lot of the times when I go in and out of the out of places, which obviously, you know, I'm going to be doing. And I do want to put some effort on these vlogs, you know, but I think the more important is telling a story, and it's what's more important. Also got some donuts for the office that I'm going to be visiting. Can't show up empty-handed. Got myself a coffee as well. And yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to be liking this, adjusting the variable ND filter, you know, backing on and off. So also with the ND filter, I do lose my, where did I put it? My wide angle lens. So therefore everything looks more punched in. I want to bring you guys along with me on this morning to visiting the office. I probably won't record in there because I'm just going to be my first time in there, just saying hello, dropping off my business cards. And I don't necessarily want to make these vlogs about business or business talk. I just want to connect with others, other creatives, other dads who are in the same journey, and just start a community that are here for each other, and not necessarily just hear your 3 tips of social media or grow business. You know, I feel like there's a lot of that going on right now, and it gets overwhelming. I'm personally overwhelmed on how much gurus are out there, and so much so that I kind of felt imposter syndrome of what I'm doing for some reason, but that's neither here nor there. All I know is that I love what I'm doing now. I am truly blessed to do what I do with what I know and with my gear. I said that earlier in the vlog, but I'm just so grateful and thankful, and this is one thing I do not want to let go of. And I might get into my previous jobs that I've had here in this vlog. So let me just go do this real quick, and I'll come back and talk to you guys a bit about that. Okay, so I went ahead and layered down because again, the sun is coming out. Filming in the backyard right now. I don't know if I like, again, there's like a slight green tint to this. It could be just me that I'm tripping, but let me adjust the camera here. I feel like there's a slight green tint to this ND filter. Is that something that ND filters have? I've never really filmed with an ND filter before. This is the first time I filmed with one on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I don't have one on my R5, on my Canon R5, although I do want to get one. I just don't know if this green tint is normal. Okay, so I moved to the front yard because the light was too harsh back there and it was bugging the crap out of me. So moved out here to the front yard. It's a little bit colder because the sun's not hitting me, but all right, so let's backtrack a little bit. My very first job was in a mold remediation. So what that is removing mold from houses. And that was, the main office was in Redondo Beach, and we worked up and down the whole South Bay area in California, removing mold from houses. Now, the funny thing is, every job that I've had was working in or around homes. So, and I'm gonna go very briefly just to give you guys a little bit of context of when I say that I'm very grateful and thankful for what I do now. So again, my very first job was in mold remediation. I'm talking about full hazmat suit, face mask, gloves, and an air filter getting in the negative air out and stuff like that, because you're dealing with mold. Obviously the mold, it's not the healthiest to breathe in. And I think that's one of the reasons why I have trouble breathing through my nose now that I am older. I breathe through my mouth a lot because my nose gets stuffy or flared up and I can't seem to breathe through my nose. So I think that's has something to do with it. I could be wrong. I've never got myself checked out or for certain, but I think that's why. After spending, I think I was there 3 years doing that. And after that, I went to a warehouse for a couple of months, a sprinkler warehouse. I was part of the assembly line, did that. And then I jumped over to, actually, while I was doing that, I was going to school to get my EPA, which is my HVAC certification. I did that and I graduated, got my certification. I applied for jobs, never got hired that they wanted. 3 years experience, your own truck and your own tools. I had just graduated, I was driving a Ford Focus, and I had tools that the school had given me. So because of that, I was still able to land a home appliance repair job. I started off as a preventative maintenance technician and got some training, worked my way up to be an actual repair technician. I was with that company for about 2 years and a half. And then from there, I did water restoration. So I was a water restoration technician. And that's when there's a flood in a home, we go in there and assess and dry out the structure of the house, remove any drywall, any floor, anything that got affected by the water, and then start the whole treating process of drying it back up again. I did that for about 2 years. And if you guys want details on all these jobs, I can definitely go into that in another video if you guys want. Or if you can relate to any of these, drop me a comment. I would love to just talk about some of this stuff and, get to know you a little bit more. After that, we moved. So when I did that, we lived here in San Antonio, just me and my wife. We moved back to California, and then I went into another water restoration company out there in California, but I realized that I didn't want to be doing the same thing as I was doing here. So then I applied for a security installation company. So I did that for about a year, and the summer was great. But then once I got out of that summer program that they had, I was still working, but it wasn't as consistent, it wasn't as busy, and it wasn't paying as well. And with a family, of course, at the time we already had our first daughter, and I just had to figure something out. So then from there, I had gotten a job as an estimator, an electrical estimator. So I was there for about maybe 3 months or close to 3 months, and then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, of course, if you know, companies shut down, offices shut down, you were working from home. Being that I was a brand new hire, they gave me the sad news of, sorry, we can't train you, so we're gonna have to let you go. I was in the early stages of COVID, so I was still able to get into the unemployment to get unemployment. And unfortunately, of course, COVID came down really hard. And luckily I was in unemployment. My wife was still working. So we did that. And then from there, coming out of COVID, I got hired as a apprentice plumber, where I was working my way up to become a plumber. I was learning, all types of different things, and I was soldering and I was digging trenches, doing the hard work, labor work, and coming home physically tired. Needless to say, I was trying to figure out this whole creative, working with my camera, making a living with my gear and stuff like that since 2015. I was able to transition over from that to now doing real estate photography and videography. And that is why I'm so grateful now that I get to do this for a living. Now, the tiredness is a little bit different now. I don't really get physically tired. I get more mentally tired now. with emails, editing, calls, networking, outreach, cold outreach, and all this stuff. I wouldn't say more or less than physically, but it's still draining, it's still tiring. One of the things that I do struggle now is being focused and being present with my family. So I am working on that, because I think that's something that we all struggle with as creatives and as a family man, being present with your work, focusing on that, but then also pausing that and then letting that go for a minute while you hang out and be present with your family. That's something that I am doing this year that I feel like I haven't been great at the last years. So I do a lot of real estate. That is where I am in the industry I am in, and I'm super grateful, I'm thankful, and I enjoy it. But I want to venture out into this whole YouTube space. I think it's going to be fun. I want to document more. I want to talk about more videos like this. I do want to travel more. I love photography, which is where I started in the very beginning when I first picked up my camera. I want to do more of that. And my banner obviously says photo, video, and lifestyle. So I definitely want to keep on doing that and bringing you guys along with me. Whoever wants to stick around, I really appreciate that. Give me a follow, give me a like, drop me a comment, and then we can talk more as I continue vlogging and uploading and documenting. Until next time, guys, I really appreciate you. If you stay here, drop me a comment, say hello. I'll see you guys in the next one.